Inigo is easily the best follower mod I have tried for Skyrim, but he also may be the best follower I've ever travelled with in any game ever. Welcome to episode 104 of the Skyrim Mod Sanctuary. Followers in Bethesda Game Studios games are often used as nothing more than meat shields and basically donkeys to carry all your gear before you sell it when you get back to town. But in recent years they have improved, with Fallout 4 actually showing some promise with several of the companions you could get. Nick, for example. I even liked Codsworth just because of his lines. There are quite a few characters in that game where they've definitely paid more attention to the character, to the backstory of the followers you're going to find. However, Inigo just raises the bar to a whole new level. This is like throwing down the gauntlet to Bethesda and saying, this is what is possible. Now, a big part of the appeal for Inigo as a companion are the things he says and does, but I don't want to ruin it for you by showing you too much.
We did not move or go anywhere, just standing around is hard to bear.
It's safe to say that some of the more memorable moments in my recent playthrough have been what I can only describe as Inigo moments.
My friend, do not dilly-dally. It is creepy here.
What did I say about not embarrassing me?
If we do not leave this place soon, I will be forced to end my life in protest.
The dialogue with Inigo really does stand out. The things he says to you, but also the things he just mutters to himself as he wanders around.
You always say you want more girls in the bar.
Yum. Sweet rolls are irresistible.
A lot of NPCs do this. They make comments every now and again, but they get very repetitive and often seem to be completely out of place, like they're just randomly selected. With Inigo, there seem to be hundreds, if not thousands of lines. He says so many different things, and they're almost always appropriate for the place you're in, or the weather perhaps, or anything. He will respond to situations with comments that really make him feel alive, like he's aware of what is going on.
It reminds me a little of Cyrodiil here, a thin veneer of civility barely masking the dirty doings beneath. It is nice looking though.
When you first meet Inigo, you will find an amulet that if you give it to him, he will shut up. But I have no idea why you would want to do that.
This place is like a sensory enema.
And his interactions are not just limited to you. If you tell him to relax in an area like a tavern, he may start chatting to some of the other people there.
I am alright, thank you. Maybe later.
I understand.
If I get thirsty, I will let you know.
Unlike my husband.
But beyond the dialogue, there are plenty of other reasons that Inigo stands out. He comes with, well, a control mechanism, a power. He will actually teach you a whistle, and it's basically a power, and when you use it, if you go close to him and use it,
Whistle if you need me, okay?
he will now wait there. If I move away from him and whistle,
Okay, where are we going now?
if I take out my weapons and whistle,
I will attack on sight.
he changes to being aggressive, and so on. There are a variety of things you can do with this whistle. If you look down and whistle,
Yes?
you get the option to actually tell him to do things, to wait certain places, attack people. He can even go and loot chests for you if you want. This makes him a massively convenient companion when you're in places where you're not sure what the followers are going to do. How many times have you been in a dungeon sneaking around only to find your companion has decided to take a different route and go through the entire enemy camp? Well, no more. Now you just
If there's trouble, come get me.
whistle, leave him somewhere, get in position, and then call to him again, and he will come along. Luckily, this whistle seems to be at a pitch that only Inigo can hear, which is also convenient. And probably one of the greatest things about Inigo is the fact that when you sneak, he will start whispering.
Everything alright? come back safe. I will do as you ask. Controlling my temper.
It's absolutely brilliant, and it does expose a major weakness with the game's normal followers, who stomp around like elephants blowing trumpets, even if they're supposed to be stealthy characters.
Do the Falmer also have no sense of smell? This place reeks.
Must you keep stopping? Bone chimes. Clever. Rigged to wake the Draugr, I'd bet. Don't blunder into any of them. You can't hide from me!
Once you've played alongside Inigo, if you're playing a stealthy character, it's really hard to imagine playing with any other follower. Inigo also has a fairly detailed backstory that you will begin to learn as you spend more time with him. If you get to know him well enough, there's even a short quest that will unlock even more of his backstory. It's pretty short, but apparently it will be extended in future updates. But even in its current state, it is fun. And if you're wondering how you start this quest, where you get the whistle, and what the best way to use Inigo is, don't worry. This mod is so well done, it kind of explains itself as it goes along, which to me is the sign of a great mod. It requires very little prior reading. Inigo will drop hints. He will tell you things he wants to do, and it's just seamless. It feels so natural, and it makes him even more believable because he has his own wishes, his own wants, and he will let you know them. If you think of him as a person rather than a mobile container for you to store stuff in, you will probably get the most out of this character. Just listen to what he says, occasionally just ask him for his thoughts, and honestly, you will be rewarded by this mod. If you enjoy playing Skyrim with followers and you've not tried Inigo, you definitely should. But even if you're the sort of person who prefers to go it alone normally, you might want to try Inigo. If any follower could change your mind about having company as you travel around Skyrim, Inigo is that follower.
That is that my mind is drained. But I hope that you were entertained.
And that is all we have time for in this video. Now, it's been a while since I've made a Skyrim mod sanctuary, and I'm not sure when the next one will be. Basically, it will be when I have something useful to tell you. That could be a few weeks, that could be a few years. It really does depend. However, whenever that video will be, I hope you can join me for that or any of my other videos, and I look forward to seeing you there. And until then, remember, as always, have fun.
The end.